Hello everyone, welcome to Dr. Ravi's Academy. In today's virtual class, we will be learning how to draw the projections of a pentagonal prism. Let us look at the problem. Draw the projections of a pentagonal prism. Base side is given 25 mm and axis is 50 mm long. So your base edge is 25 mm and axis is, that means the height of the prism is given 50 mm. So that write down, it is base side, that is 25 mm, and height is given 50 mm. So this is given data, and it is said very clearly resting on one of its rectangular faces on HP. So it is resting on the horizontal plane such that your rectangular face, it is bounded by rectangles, 5 rectangles. One of its rectangle is resting on the horizontal plane, that means on the ground or HP, such that, and the axis is inclined at an angle 45 to vertical plane VP. So he said that axis is inclined to VP. So obviously in the initial stage, this is a two-stage problem. So first of all, you have to make that the axis is perpendicular to VP. The moment you keep axis perpendicular to VP, the front view gives you the end view. It is bounded by two ends, regular pentagonal planes. So it is bounded by two ends, that is base as well as the top end face, and that is a regular polygon. And the moment you make it perpendicular to VP, you will be able to see the regular pentagon in front view. So your very first step of the drawing is you have to draw the pentagon uh, on XY, because the rectangular face, that means you have to keep that one edge is on XY reference line, right? And complete the pentagon and project it so that you are going to get the top view, which is a rectangle. So let us proceed in a systematic way. Let us draw the reference line XY, right? And using 2H pencil, first you construct the pentagon, and in which it is said to be, so the edge is given 25 mm. So draw a horizontal line for 25 mm, right? And measure the outer angle 72 degrees. This angle is 72 degrees, and mark again 30 mm. This is the point. Similarly, you measure the outer angle from this point also. Let us draw a line of a 25 mm, which is given edge. So here this is also 25 mm, and this angle again 72 degrees. After getting the two ends, so this as center and 25 mm as radius, draw a circular arc, and the other point as center, let us intersect it and complete the regular pentagon. So this is the very first step of this drawing, and let us mark with this even with HB pencil. I am green ink, I am treating this green chalk, I am treating it as HB. So draw the polygon with HB pencil, and now you give the names for the corners. So as you know, the visible, I am calling it this as A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime, and E prime. This is visible end, and you have, because it's bounded by two regular polygons, the other end you have hidden edges or hidden corners, that you are calling it as 1 prime. You are keeping in parenthesis. This is 2 prime, 3 prime, it is 4 prime, and 5 prime. You are keeping in parenthesis because that is hidden. And locate the midpoint of the pentagon. So what is the procedure? Let us erect a perpendicular bisector midpoint. From midpoint, draw a line with the 2H pencil, and from adjacent one of the edges, you just erect perpendicular, and this is your midpoint. Call this midpoint as O prime, which is visible, and P prime, which is hidden. So O prime, P prime is the axis which appears as a point because you made it perpendicular to vertical plane. So this completes your very first step of the problem, which is a regular pentagon. And draw the projectors from each corner. So at convenient distance from xy, let us draw the, first you draw from axis line, right? And measure here, the height is given 50 mm. At randomly you can take the height is 50 mm. This is 50 mm. And draw the projectors from all the corners and erect a perpendicular line. Let us do this with a totally 2H pencil. And here also draw the perpendicular using minute after you have to draw this parallels as well as perpendiculars. And complete this. The height is given, it is 50 mm. And you see that this longer edge is passing over this. Now observe carefully here, this longer edge and this longer edge both are hidden edges. And first you join the borders of the solid, which automatically HB pencil. So you make use of HB pencil to draw the projection in top view. And see that it is this is also HB pencil, it is passing over this. This is also a continuous line. And observe carefully here, this is a hidden edge. Hidden edge you have to mark with HB pencil, but it is 4242 you have to mark. Length of 4 mm and gap of 2 mm. This is a dashed line. Dashed line you have to draw with the 4 mm length and 2 mm gap. Similarly, the other side also. This is also hidden from top view. So 4 mm, it is 424242 you have to make. And let us give the names of the corners. You see that this is visible end. It is it is A. This is 1. This is B2, and it is C3, and it is D4, and lastly E5. This is E, and this is 5. And you see that OP, it is coincides with this. You can mark visible end is, this is also your O, and this is P, where OP is the axis over which you have a longer edge. Because of that you got a continuous line. And this completes your first stage of the problem. This is the first stage in which you can see that a regular polygon in front view. Now, as he said that the axis is inclined at an angle 45. So reproduce this top view on 45-degree line. So let us erect a line. Let us erect a line at an angle 45 degrees with xy. This angle is 45. And reproduce this. First you mark here, see this height is given 50 mm. So you can take a 2 somewhere here, and from this line you measure 50 mm. Probably here the 50 mm, draw the line. So this length is 50 mm, and with the help of on these lines, with the help of compass, let us locate the other ends also. With the help of compass, you take 2 5. It is 2 5 somewhere here. 2 1, 2 1. Similarly, with the same distances, you mark this is 2 4, and this is 2 3. And the other side it is B, BE. So here with the same distance you will get E, and A is of course here it is A, and it is D. Yes, you get D here somewhere here, and C, it is somewhere here. So mark all this. It is B, and this is D, and finally this is C. Here this is 2, this is 5, 1, 4 and 3. Of course, where you have this is O, P. So you have located all the points, corners of the solid, and join all this with HB pencil. So here this is one edge which coincides with the axis, continuous line, and this is again continuous line and continuous line, of course continuous line, continuous line. We have reproduced the, it is a rectangle with the same dimensions. There is no change in the dimensions. 5E is a dashed line. It is 4, 2, 4, 2 you are going to get. Dashed line. Here also this is a dashed line. Yes, this completes reproducing the rectangle, that is top view, with the required orientation, that is 45 degrees with VP. Now, let us draw the projectors, vertical projectors and as well as horizontal projectors, and locate the points of intersection. So, let us draw a projector from A and a projector from A, horizontal projector. This is your A prime. E, where you have E, this is the point, you have E prime, you can mark it as E prime. And B, so this is B, this is B, B prime, and of course D. Here D is bottom only, this is your D, and E, where you have E, E is of course, it is C, not E, C. So horizontal is this. So you got all the points A prime, B prime, C prime, D prime, and E prime. So there is one end. Let us look at the other end also. Draw the projectors, and this is your one. So one, you have, this is your 1 prime, 2 prime, 3 prime, 4 prime, 4 is on the bottom, this is 4 prime, and 5 prime. 5 is also on the bottom, this is 5 prime. You got A, B, C, D, E, one end face, and the other side it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got all the points. So now join in a systematic way. First you join the borders of the solid. I am joining AB is the border, A prime, B prime, and B prime, B, and it is 2, B prime, 2 prime, 2 prime, 3 prime, 3 prime, 4 prime, 4 prime to E prime, and finally this is the border. Without any analysis, blindly you can join all the corners of the borders. Now this is the visible end. This end face is near to the observer. So here direction of the view is here. Here this end face is that pentagon is reduced pentagon is near, and which is completely visible. So you can join two more lines because it is 1, 2, 3. These three are already joined with this, and you can join B prime, C prime, and C prime, D prime also. This is visible end. The other side, let us see that it is hidden. What are the hidden? It is 1, 5 and 1, 2. 1, 5, here 1, 5, this is a dashed line, and 1, 2 also dashed line. These two are, hidden. And this longer edge, AE also, your A and E, where you have this A1, sorry, A1 is also, it is hidden, because this you can mark hidden. And the other end is C3, because C3 is visible, so this you can join continuous line. And of course you can draw the projector from the axis also OP, bow P, and this is the O prime, of course a P prime, and this you have to represent with a long chain line with the 2H pencil, long chain line. So this completes your problem. So let us make it very clear in understanding and draw it in a systematic way so that you will be able to draw comfortably. Thank you for watching this video.